Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for October 14th, 2016. For the end of the work week, we're going to have a nice day. It's going to be a crisp fall day with the cold front going through yesterday afternoon. High pressure is going to be established right over top of the region. So we're going to have mostly sunny conditions today. Temperature is going to be a little bit a hair below normal, maybe close to normal, but it's definitely going to feel like autumn again, like it did in the beginning of the week. We started creeping up a little bit ahead of that cold front, but now we're going to be returning back to that. So it's just a reinforcing shot of cool air, but this is also a transient shot, meaning that it's not going to hang around very long, and we're going to start to warm up later in the weekend, and then especially as we get into next week. We'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to get into tonight. These are the overnight low temperatures that can be expected, and this is for Friday night. This might be pretty close to the numbers here. We got some plenty of 30s up here in the interior, pretty anywhere away from the cities, away from Philadelphia, away from Newark, and away from New York City. Down here will be in the 40s, but north and west of that line here, we can definitely see some scattered, patchy to scattered frost. Much like we saw earlier in the week, but I do think there's a good shot at that with the clear skies. Winds will be calm and dew points will be up, so it'll allow for some of that cooling, and that will allow for some frost to form in these colder spots. Again, it doesn't have to get back down to 32 in order for that to happen. You will have some spots that will be freezing in here in the coldest spots, but it doesn't have to get to 32 in order to have frost. You have temperatures in the mid 30s, maybe even upper 30s in some cases. You can still have frost. Might not just be as prominent as areas closer to freezing. So look out for that. If you do have any sensitive plants that you protected earlier in the week because of the frost concerns, we have that again. So make sure you watch those plants on Friday night and into Saturday morning. Again, high pressure and control for Friday, and that's going to continue straight into Saturday. High pressure is still going to be control here on Saturday. It's going to be moving off the east a little bit, but still the same idea. Mostly sunny. Temperature's going to go maybe a degree or two warmer here on Saturday than it will be on Friday, but not really much of a difference on Saturday. But on Sunday, I think we start to see an increase in the temperatures a little bit, and that's because high pressure is going to be moving off into a more ideal position to get winds coming from a different direction and allowing just a slight southwesterly breeze here, but that will allow for temperatures to moderate a little bit. We'll get back up into the mid to upper 60s to near 70, especially down here by Philadelphia. You could see 70 here on Sunday, but this is all ahead of a cold front again. The cold front's kind of pressed down to from the north here. So you get those winds coming in from the southwest out ahead of it. So it's the same wash, rinse, repeat cycle. You get a couple days of cooler air, and then another front's approaching, so it warms up out ahead of it, and then you go back down again. But this time, I think when this cold front attempts to move north, it's not going to make it into our area. So it's going to try. All right, and you can see as it's heading toward the area, you see some precipitation across New York State mainly. This is now Sunday night, early Monday. You might get a stray shower, isolated shower across the northern tier again, but I wouldn't really hold my breath of this because these haven't really been coming to fruition. But just a quick shower Monday morning in these areas across northeastern Pennsylvania, maybe as far south as east central PA and northern New Jersey. But again, most of the precipitation is up in the north. The front really doesn't come through. So with it staying in the north, you can have a continuation of these southwesterly winds, and that's going to continue through the middle of the week. What does that mean? We're not going to get cool behind this front because the front never came through. So we're looking at temperatures that are going to be increasing. We'll have temperatures in the middle 70s by the time we get to maybe as early as Monday, but more likely Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll have middle 70s, and then we have another front here. You barely see it here. This is early Wednesday morning. Not a lot of precipitation, or actually really nothing with it as far as precipitation goes. It'll come through Wednesday, later Wednesday. It'll knock back temperatures as we head into the latter part of the week, but again, it's going to be very warm, unseasonably warm, because temperatures are probably around about 10 degrees above normal, even though they're only in the mid-70s. It doesn't have to be in the 80s and 90s. We're done with that. But, mid-70s is still a big deal for this time of year. We should be generally in the mid to upper 60s for normal highs, depending on where you are in the coverage area. So we will be above normal Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I think that's, again, short-lived until the next front comes through. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for October 14th, 2016. Have a great Friday.